What's the value of AI to companies today?
There are four benefits of AI.
It's not necessarily going to take jobs away.
It does not replace anyone. It actually is a tool that can help us do our jobs better and focus on humanizing our services.
What's your advice?
If somebody claims that they can deliver 100% accuracy, I think you should run away.
Here in the Philippines, we dedicate the first day of May and recognize the hard work of Filipinos. We've come a long way from the machines of the 20th century, and we are now incoming the fourth industrial revolution. I'm Patrick Segovia, hosting this episode of The Upload. And today we'll be talking about a new kind of worker. And to discuss this is a project manager with more than a decade of experience in diverse industries such as localization, IT, technology, telecommunications, consumer goods, banking, and insurance, as well as healthcare. He is a computer scientist and a technocrat and leads the automation practice of Third Pillar. He's a certified professional Scrum Master and a certified Lean Six Sigma Yellow Belt, and has trained with AI and automation thought leaders in the National University of Singapore. Please welcome Mr. Mark Edioma for today's episode of The Upload.
Thank you for having me, Patrick, and happy to share my thoughts about automation and artificial intelligence today.
So, Mark, with all of your experience in automation and AI, we want to kind of like demystify this controversial issue because a lot of people think that AI is going to take away their jobs, right? So, what exactly is AI and automation? Why is it becoming a big part of the modern business world today?
So I'll answer that first by defining what AI and automation is. So artificial intelligence or AI, it is a technology that enables machines to mimic human intelligence and activities. Say for example, in the tech landscape, machines can mimic the mouse clicks and the keyboard strokes of humans, enter it in a website or in a system that they have, and as well as do some simple to mid and complicated business rules and business decisions. Automation, on the other hand, is using the artificial intelligence or the AI in other related technologies, so combining other technologies with AI to do repetitive tasks with minimal to no human intervention. Samples of that is data entry, no, sending emails, generating Excel reports, and the like. Why is it becoming a big part of businesses nowadays? I have a keyword for you: operational efficiency. The post-pandemic world, business leaders are now more wary of the risks and the potential problems that disruptions can happen in businesses. No? Samples of that: attrition, no, loss of human workforce resigning, loss of productivity, loss of morale, lack of an online-based business operations, as well as making sure that the businesses run despite another potentially global event. Like, for example, hopefully not a war or hopefully not again a pandemic. So, business leaders are really finding ways on how to make their business processes more efficient so that they can become a well oiled machine that is ready to face any potential risk factors that may arise in the future. Now, thanks to ChatGPT, it has become very much trending topic, and it propelled the conversation from what is AI to, yeah, I know what AI is doing, and it's gonna help the workforce to do more, do better with what they have today. And that's why we are here talking about it.
Yeah, so it's not necessarily going to take jobs away, right? It's
Not,
actually there to
no,
help support, make people more efficient, and lessen human error. Because I'm pretty sure
correct,
that a lot of people make so many mistakes, and when you have AI, it's like Grammarly, right? You download Grammarly because, oh, okay, I'm lazy to check my grammar, so I'll just have like
yes,
this plug-in on my laptop to help me, check my, oh, did I write it right correctly,
correct.
right? But that's the very simple version of it. What's a more robust and, not say complicated, more complex versions that will really drive innovation in a business environment?
So basically, we can apply AI in many different ways. It can also, mimic the way we decide on things. So if you feed AI enough data, it can actually decide for you what the next best action is. And actually, it can also help you um, automate certain tasks like sending emails, creating reports, no matter how complicated it is, and can even help you visualize data so that you can see on a bird's eye view where you are today and what's the best way to move forward. So it has already gone from the simple correcting mistakes and all to telling us actually what's the next correct thing to do.
And so how does this AI tell? Is it because you train it on a specific sort of data that is publicly available, or is it something that you have to train with a specific sort of data in your company? How does it work?
It actually works both ways. So you can train the AI using your day-to-day data wanted to use on a daily basis. And that translates to better business decisions because the AI learns how you operate. Now, we have this so-called large language models that are available outside that is already a product. You can use it already. But you can also, nowadays, some companies buy their own instance of those LLMs and then provide it with specific data. Like, for example, banking domain data or telco related data and etc. So that when it decides, it really works well on those specific industries
So yeah, so you're basically training it specifically just for
for
that
the
job
industry.
or
Yeah,
that
for the job.
industry.
Correct.
Interesting.
For the function.
And so a lot of people would be asking this question as well. And I've encountered this, right? People are saying like, okay, how does it handle personal data? Because it's sensitive, right? You don't want to just give away that data. So how do industries or how do practitioners deal with does the AIs keep the data in a server or they throw it away immediately? How does it work?
So there are two sides of this. So data bias and data privacy. So in terms of data biases, um, from my end, I always teach companies to ensure that the data that they are using to train the AI model is free from bias, meaning it is sourced responsibly from the right sources and from the right data points, because decisions are as good as the data that you feed it in. So bad data or garbage in, garbage out, as they say. So if you feed AI bad data, it will churn out bad decisions. So should be free from bias, the data. In terms of the privacy perspective, LLMs nowadays have their so-called focused instances wherein, let's say I'm Google, I'm a consumer of LLMs. Again, I buy that instance of LLM in my infrastructure, like a snapshot of, let's say, 3.5, and then train it with my own data. So it resides on your own servers, on your own stuff, and then when it learns, it turns out the right decisions. But again, the data is stored within your own organization. So it has already improved as well from from the last year where it's publicly available.
Right. And there's this term called hallucinating.
Yes,
Could you tell me a little bit more about that?
because even smart people do that sometimes. Because you know a lot of things. Sometimes you veer away from the discussion and add some more, right? And talk about some things that are maybe out of topic. So it also happens on machines because they know a lot of data, terabytes and petabytes of data. So it's natural for them to sometimes think of a different answer though from the question, veer away a bit, but it's normal for them. But the thing is, again, it goes back to the training. Again, if you feed it with good data, good amount of information, it should lessen the
Hallucination. So
hallucinations.
that's how you minimize that.
Correct, correct.
Right. Training it. How long does
Yes.
training usually take? Like months and months, or it can take years?
Back then, it could take you months or years. But nowadays, they have created special kinds of machine learning strategies and algorithms that can easily learn the training data in a month or two,
Oh
or even
wow.
1/4 of
Oh
a year.
wow. Right,
Yeah.
right. So it's easy. So talking about upskilling and reskilling, what is the goal of AI in the enterprise setting? Is it meant to replace workers eventually?
The straight answer is no. Actually, it's a common myth that I hear from businesses and people whenever AI is being discussed. So when I talk about I usually share this story. So before I used to go to work, I usually picture out the routes in my mind. And when I'm already driving, I always recalculate based on the situation, maybe in a split second or nanoseconds thing. Now, when Waze came, it revolutionized how it helps me drive to work. Instead of me focusing on the routes, thinking about it every single second, I'll just focus on what's in front of me while I'm driving. So you see, it does not replace anyone. It actually is a tool. We can use it as a tool that can help us do our jobs better. Focus on what we are doing at the moment and focus on humanizing our services and delivering it better for our end customers. That's what AI really do.
See, so for example, in the banking industry, there's so many processes, right? What's like a big process where AI can swoop in and help?
Actually, let's go to the front lines. When a customer reach out to a bank, of course, it's usually money related and it's usually urgent. No, so the AI can act as your frontliner before the real people, and it can help answer those most commonly asked questions, and the AI can actually churn out good answers so that it can answer the queries or concerns in a faster rate, automate whatever they need to automate. Like, for example, if I want to block my card, the system or the automation can already do that nowadays. If you want to reissue your card, AI can do that nowadays. Update your information in different systems, AI can do that. Those complicated situations where the AI cannot decide on it, that's where the humans can already get back and answer the question of our end users.
Right. So it's when the humans come in, it's more of like exemption handling already.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's an exception handling instead of being there to do every single tasks that a normal frontliner do.
So given AI's increasing role in customer experience and labor, why should businesses embrace AI?
Okay, to answer this, I will again share a quick story. So I had a problem before with the product, and I went to a website where I know is powered by automation and AI. So I typed in my case, I described my problem, and after 5 minutes, gosh, the system emailed me back, or the support emailed me back, and boy, the answers are on point. The articles that were shared are on point. His name is John Smith, like a generic person, right? And again, it resolved my problem in just 5 minutes. So what's my point here? Customer experience is king. It differentiates different brands, competitions. It breaks the tie. If you deliver a good customer experience, like for my end, it's fast and it's on point, I would go to that brand. And I'm hoping that would also translate to our local businesses here in the Philippines. We have lots of brands in different industries. You know, each and everyone are competing in a tightly competitive market. And to get that customer, or to get the most number of customer base, you have to have a good customer service.
Are there any ethical concerns surrounding AI as of the moment?
For me, two things. First is the biases and the privacy that I described earlier, which again can be resolved by ensuring that your data is unbiased, clean, and sourced responsibly. In terms of the second one, explainability and transparency is also another problem, because most of the AIs nowadays are what you call black boxes. When you say black box, we know it produces an output, but we don't know how it understood and how it generated the answer. So this lack of explainability provides a roadblock of trust between the general public and the AI. So in order for us to resolve this, we democratize. And when we democratize it, we should ensure that the um, proper system checks, proper guidelines, proper rules are in place. And I'm happy to see that countries are already generating or creating laws. Like recently in EU, they drafted a law that ensures responsible and ethical use of AI, because it will really need that in order for us to build trust on the public and, as you said earlier, bridge the gap between distrust among people and the AI.
So, what does third pillar do to help businesses be ready for the AI revolution?
I'll have to answer that based on people, process, and technology. So, from the people perspective, third pillar has the right skill sets that are not just focused actually on automation and AI, but also on related ones such as systems, knowledge, integration, APIs, data quality, and testing, etc. It ensures that the implementation of third pillar are being looked at not just on one lens but on different lenses based on years of experience and technical know-how. On the process side, we have domain knowledge and subject matter experts here in many major fields. It ensures that we walk the talk. No? Best practice is in our veins, and we implement truly as consultants and partners to our customers, not just building, not just a developer. We act as partners. In terms of technology, we have the right technology partners, and we only partner with premium solutions. When you say premium solutions, they're the top in your Gartner, Forrester, Everest Group rankings. And they are proven solutions that have working use cases and have already been deployed successfully in production. Especially in AI, it's usually very hard to deploy in production, reach production. But in our partners, they have already delivered thousands and thousands of AI projects in production.
Any use cases we've or projects we've done in the past that you would say has really changed or has created innovation for the customer we're working with?
I would say in the claims space, in the insurance claims industry, where we transformed the way businesses handle claims from the good old days of manually checking documents, eyeballing each and every document submitted, and coding in a system, to now the AI helping the businesses or the frontliners get the information from the documents, do some KYCs or know your customer checks, even detect fraud, and then be able to send it out to the decision makers in a faster way than ever, while keeping our end customers informed every step of the way. That is a major change from the good old way of practicing claims, wherein the customers are hidden in the dark, and are only updated at the end of it. Unlike what we're doing, customers are abreast and updated every step of the way.
So, how is you mentioned fraud, right? So, how does the AI detect fraud?
Two things. So number one is behavioral. So they check the data again, from the company, the behavior, the usual behaviors of a single person or a group, and those that result into a fraudulent activity. So as the AI learns that, it becomes smart enough to see patterns in human behavior and predict that this guy or this group will perform or do a fraudulent activity in the next hour or in the next day. Second is for the AI to also check on the existing transactions of that customer. Where does it go? Is the transaction being done by a politically exposed person? Is it done by a terrorist organization? Because you can already, in this day and age, you can connect to different systems, even those that hold information about terrorists, etc., databases, bad databases. We cannot connect to that. So it powers the AI to decide whether this transaction is fraudulent or not.
I see. I see. Tell me, if a company wants to work with third pillar, where do we start? Do you check their current technologies if it's compatible to a specific AI, or is there a process that we do to identify first the basic needs, what a customer needs, or a company needs, and then eventually, okay, this is our suggestions. How do we do it in third pillar?
We normally do a workshop first, wherein we sit down with our clients, study their business processes as it is today, what processes or what which part of the processes can be automated, because not all the processes can be automated, by the way, and then study the data.
So talking about not every process can be automated. What processes are these? And what processes can be automated?
For us to know if a process can be automated or not, there is a rule of thumb in automation and AI, which is to check if a process has standard procedures and standard decision points, because the AI can really learn easier that way. Those processes that are too complex, meaning subjective decisions, not objective. Subjective decisions are not the best candidates for AI. And also, some processes that have lots of um, jumps in terms of systems, like tens and twenties of processes, that's also not a good candidate, because the AI may misfire in those information across different numerous systems.
So processes like KYC
Yes, it's a good candidate
is a
because
good candidate. Yeah.
the process is predictable, and you know what we expect from the AI, which is to decide whether a claim is fraudulent or not.
Right.
It's objective.
How about procurement?
It is also a good candidate, provided that the rules to procurement are also well established.
By the company?
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
What do the companies get out of it? What's the value of AI to companies today? What is like the biggest factor to say that, oh, okay, I time to decide, I need an AI system?
There are four things to remember. Four benefits, key benefits of AI. Whatever the process, whatever the business case, whatever the business process that we need to do. First is operational efficiency. Do more with your existing workforce and blunt the effects of attrition. Second is boost productivity. So focus on more value adding, focus on humanizing your services to your end customers rather than spending time on mundane tasks. Number three is create connected experience across your systems. Reach those never before reached systems so that you won't end up with siloed processes. And lastly, and most important of all, is improve customer experience by means of quicker delivery of services, avoiding SLA breaches, and of course, reducing and even eliminating human errors.
So, Mark, tell me, is there a frequently asked question that a lot of people have been asking us when they meet you in a meeting?
Yeah, in terms of accuracy, and usually, how we answer that is it depend. Number one, it depends on the testing data, training data that we feed into the AI. Second, the quality of the inputs that we feed into the AI in production. Because sometimes, if the data that you feed into the AI is garbage, then again, the garbage in, garbage out will happen. So if you feed it with good enough quality of data, it will also throw out a good amount of data. And no AI technologies nowadays can guarantee 100%. That is true. So if somebody claims that they can deliver 100% accuracy, I think you should run away in a different direction. Yeah.
What's your advice to people who want to get into this space or industry, and companies who want to get into AI and implement something?
My advice is to start with your data first. You have to check whether and ensure whether your data and systems are ready. Because the journey for AI is quite tedious and quite difficult, but it will make it easier for you if your data is already in place and already prepared for AI, and your systems are also ready to embrace the cloud infrastructure that AI also requires. Because if your data is not ready, again the garbage in garbage out may happen. If your systems are not ready, then you will have a hard time implementing things like this, advanced technology like this.
So, Mark, what are the different AI technologies or use cases we can offer right now in the market from Third Pillar?
Third pillar offers different services nowadays and products. In terms of the SOLAAS or solution as a service, we have ACAP, which focuses on automating the claims processing. The eSIP is focusing on invoice processing so that you can automate all those receipts and invoices as we receive day in, day out. And of course, our technology partner, Automation Anywhere, that can also automate your business processes, your daily processes, and also incorporate AI in it.
And these technologies include IDP or intelligent document processing or intelligent process automation.
Yeah. In terms of Automation Anywhere, intelligent document processing is just a subset because Automation Anywhere has already improved itself and reinvented itself as an IPA from the RPA before. IPA stands for Intelligent Process Automation, where we combine AI, artificial intelligence, and automation.
So we have a few minutes left. Mark, we want to do a rapid fire now and stop talking about AI and automation and all of that. And we want to just talk about what you consume. Do you read anything? Have you been watching a recent Netflix series or something on Amazon Prime? Or do you like books? You just read books?
So, in terms of what I'm consuming nowadays, I'm actually watching Grey's Anatomy. I started from season 1 since November, and I'm now at season 15.
Oh, wow. You're binge
it's,
watching
it's
it.
a marathon. Yeah, it's a marathon. 3 months into it or 4 months into it, I'm season 15.
So that's a thing, I think. Our third pillar people are into medical dramas, right? Like Cheryl was into House, and now you're into like Grey's Anatomy. I wonder who's gonna our next speaker is gonna be into what? Was that an ER? Right? So, do you read any specific books?
Actually, now I'm also reading about coffee, about creating coffee.
Oh, really?
Yes, because
Mhm.
I'm a coffee addict
Oh, wow.
myself. So I want to raise the level higher
Okay.
by sourcing the ingredients myself and getting the raw coffee granules or powder, as you say,
Right,
and
right.
then mix it myself.
Right. Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
studying the basics.
I tried to do coffee as well, so it's a thing. So we're into like medical drama and coffee.
Yes.
Okay. So, Mark, that's all the time that we have. Thank you for coming today and being here with us on the upload, talking about artificial intelligence and automation.
Thank you for having me.
So that's it for this episode of The Upload. And if you want to learn more, please visit our website at third-pillar.com. So that's a 3rd pillar.com. And don't forget to subscribe to The Upload and our newsletter on LinkedIn called The Download. I'm Patrick Segovia, and I hope you have a wonderful day.